I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign.
I think I try to go through life proving that I belong. You know, no matter where it's at, off the floor, on the floor. A lot of people say I don't have to do that, but it's just my will and just my attitude that I have to prove that I can do whatever somebody tells me that I can't do.
With the third pick in the 1993 NBA draft, the Golden State Warriors select Penny Hardaway from Memphis State University.
A wonderful moment for Penny Hardaway.
You know, I'm not sure. I don't know if the league really knew what they were getting when they got Penny.
100 pounds from Memphis State.
He was something new.
New perspective, right? It was just like the league was turning. And then Penny came, he was almost like, he was like a phenomenon. Smooth, flair, flash. Little Penny, the shoes.
Call these shoes anyway.
Penny. Gotta have the whole swag.
I guess you going for the big numbers tonight, huh?
Everything was just a fresh new approach. You know, it was different than Jordan.
We've never really seen anyone else with his height handle the ball, play point guard, be that quick.
So go to work.
Well, if you're a basketball fan and you don't know who Penny Hardaway is, I won't waste my breath telling you because you're not a basketball fan.
Binghamton is definitely not the suburbs. It's kind of a lower class neighborhood where there's a lot of hard-working people grinding every day to make ends meet. They made me who I am. The city of Memphis made me who I am. When you grow up in a neighborhood, anyone will tell you have so many different challenges. I was 5 years old when my mom dropped me off with my grandmother's. She wasn't easy to live with. She was very strict, but the strictness came out of love. I take everything that I know about being respectful, working hard. I learned that from my grandmother. My grandmother had gotten me a basketball, probably like 6 years old, and I just started dribbling it and fell in love with it. It saved my life. Because there was so much negatives that I could have gotten into. That's what you have in the neighborhood all day long. Playing sports or being in the game. That was it. I felt like I had to lock in because if I slipped a little bit, it could have meant that I could have gotten killed, I could have gone to jail.
He had enough smarts to know that that wasn't his destiny. But one of the things that I appreciate about Penny is that not only did he stay clear of them, but he also pulled other people away from those negative areas also.
Me and a couple other buddies, we found basketball to be better for us to bond with because we didn't want to steal cars, bikes, rob people. We didn't want to go down that road. I knew at 12 I had the gift to play really well and that I had the opportunity to make it to the NBA. I could put people in place and then maneuver with my eyes what I thought those players were doing while I was making my move. The cuts, what move I needed to make to get around this guy. For reading the defense, was he gonna help or not help? And then when I went into play, it just came natural for me to see those same things.
Talk about the decision to come out early, to forego the senior year. A tough decision for you?
Pretty much, because I really didn't want to leave Memphis State. Memphis State has been very good to me, the fans, the crowds, and also my family is there. But I had to make a decision on whether it was time for me to leave because of my grandmother, and my mom. Neither one of them are getting any younger, so I want to repay them for what they've done for me, all my life. I think I want to excel in all areas, the passing, the rebounding, the shooting percentage, the free throws, the defense. I think I'm going to work hard at all of them. Even if people tell me I'm doing good, I still want to work harder to be the best. That's the one thing that I like about Michael Jordan, Charles Barkley, Patrick Ewing, Magic. All those guys have the will to win, and you have to work hard to do it. I mean, they just didn't stop by letting people say, hey, you're good. You want to be better than good. You want to be the best. That's what I'm trying to do. Going from the neighborhood to the university, and now you're saying, okay, I'm leaving all of this to be in the NBA. I mean, what more could I have asked for?
I had no idea who he was until the summer before he got drafted. So we get over to the gym. I'm trying to really focus on playing and stay in shape. And this guy was just making the most beautifulest passes ever. And finally, after the third day, I said, who is this guy? And they said, that's Penny Hardaway. He went to Memphis. I'm thinking young Magic Johnson, young Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. You got to get this guy, Penny Hardaway. And he gave me I don't know, boom, boom, boom. And then finally I said, hey, you don't get me what I want. When my deal is up, I'm going to be looking to do other stuff.
You've said before that you want to be the best, right?
Definitely. I'm going to feel that way until I get to that level where people are saying, when they mention my name, they say he's the best player on this level. That's where I want to get.
You say you want to be the best, yet you have to defer to Shaquille.
You don't have to be the best by scoring points. I can do other things. I can rebound, block shots, assist the ball. I can score points also. I mean, I don't have to just do one certain thing to be the best. You're the best when you can do everything.
How do you do that? How do you dedicate yourself to the team like that?
Well, I want to win, and that's our go-to guy, Shaquille. And we go into him, everything starts with him, and we go from there. We have no jealousy amongst each other. We're good friends. I mean, you just have to realize that if everybody takes their role on the team, then that's how you win.
I've seen you probably lower your head more than you've raised your fist or thumped on your chest like most young guys do today.
You're right. Well,
what makes you that way?
I don't know, just stay humble. Stay on myself so it'll make me work harder. If I go out there and think everything's okay all the time, then there's nothing else for me to learn. And I can't worry about going out there and dancing and boasting and showing off like that. I still have too much work to do.
Charles Barkley told me the other day that you are now in that category that Magic, Bird, Jordan, himself, do you know you're there?
I don't think so. I think I'm my toughest critic, and I have a long ways to go. I still make too many mistakes right now. In my third year, I'm still trying to get better. But for him to say that, it means a lot to me. But I don't think I'm on that level at all right now.
What was going through your mind when you were playing Jordan first time this year and you were out playing him?
Well, it was just one of those things where I just tried to jump on him before he jumped on me. I tried to be the aggressor in every game that we play against those guys because he's going to be the aggressor. You just have to counter everything that you're thinking about he's going to do because he's already proven and you're trying to prove yourself. So I'm just out there just trying to play hard.
Didn't it go through your mind, though, hey, I'm getting the best out of Michael Jordan?
Not at all.
No, not really. You're way above that already.
Not really.
Okay.
Not at all. I mean, he's the best. That's the guy that I really look up to. And, every time I play him, I'm just going to try to give him a good show.
You told me last year during the playoffs that you wanted to be feared as a player, and now you are.
I like to walk inside the arenas in the point guard, think, how am I going to play Anthony Hardaway? He likes to post up. If he's making jump shots, then how am I going to play him because you can't stop him inside or outside? Or, I just want the whole team or the coaching staff to just be watching film after film after film, trying to figure out how to play me, and then that just lets me know that I'm well respected.
Will you ever be satisfied with your game?
I doubt it. If I'm averaging triple-double every game, I'm going to find something wrong.
I got to worry about one person in our conference. That's the mighty Michael. Guess what? Mike, Scotty, Phil Jackson, we ain't scared. We coming.
The Orlando Magic's universally regarded as the NBA's team of the future.
Me and him, we put a hell of a team together.
We had an understanding in the beginning that if both of us come out and play our games every single night, it's going to be tough for people to stop us. In just my second year in the league, we ran through everybody. There'll be some really good teams that year.
And won their first ever Atlantic Division title.
Series and beat the Bulls. That's humongous. We were the last team, if not the only team, to beat Michael Jordan in the playoff.
You know what? Cherry on the Sunday.
Now we can't have a let down playing the Pacers because we just beat the Bulls. So we had a 7-game series against the Pacers, made it tougher on ourselves than we should have, and ended up winning and blowing them out in Game 7. Get all the way to the finals. To go through those 3 rounds the way that we did to get into the finals, we had so much confidence.
Welcome to the 1995 NBA Finals. 32-year-old Olajuwon is the NBA's best player. His team, it's defending champion.
Yo, they don't think they respect us either, yo. Let's show what's up. Let's show them what's up. Olajuwon.
I think it was game 1. Game 1 where, we were up. We got cute.
This is not the team.
We had them down early and didn't go ahead and seal the deal and let them hang around too long.
got a piece of it. A second consecutive rejection.
They came back.
Smith for three. Kenny.
And even though they came back, we got a chance to finish it.
And a 3-point lead. Houston must foul right here. Now the foul call.
He has 2 free throws. I'm knowing that he's going to make one.
This season, particularly in fourth quarters. Today, though, Orlando 12 of 15 at the line. And Anderson missing on.
He missed both, but got his own rebound and got fouled again.
Draws the foul. 7 and 7/10 seconds remaining.
Gets the rebound. All right, that's cool. Need one of these, though.
Anderson will shoot 2 more. And another miss.
Now he misses the third. I put my head down. Like, come on, Nick. You know, you can make one.
Penny Hardaway can't even look because he knows Nick is struggling. Misses 4 straight. If he had just made one of those, it would have given the Magic a hammerlock on this game.
And from that point on, it went downhill.
Looking for a 3. He's been on fire. And hits. He's tied the game at 1.
They came back and beat us in overtime.
6/10 seconds.
Not blaming on him, it's all our fault, but I just think if he could have hit one of those shots, we'd have won and we'd have been like, okay.
It was just the momentum of the whole entire series that just went their way. We knew that we were supposed to win those games. We win game 1, the series is over in our minds. Lose game 1, momentum left, and the series was over for us. They swept the entire series. In a weird way, it was the beginning of the end. They warned us before coming to the finals about, you can't do it right off, and, we really didn't believe it, and, the Houston Rockets proved us wrong. We're back the next season, numbers are good. I think the first part of the year I led the NBA in scoring. Shaq was injured, and I kind of just took over the game.
Hardaway, who has been the man in the absence, shows you why.
So many different companies calling on a daily basis, hey, we want Penny to endorse our product, and doing all-star games and being first team All-NBA. Man, that was like a really good ride. It was just an amazing feeling for me to be the guy in the NBA at that time. Had the Little Penny commercials rolling. I had my own sneakers.
You're the best player in the NBA. I mean, those spin moves and the dunks. Oh, 2 places. I had to go outside and do some Tai Chi just to calm myself down.
Man, you weren't having a party. I was on pretty much every commercial that you turn the channel, my commercial was on. And that's a fact. I'm just living a dream. Now, the media is making me the guy over Shaq. Trying to kind of put us against each other.
Now you got 2 stars in a small town. And I love Little Penny, but, I wanted to mess with him because we were just to mess with him. So one Super Bowl spot, I was doing a Reebok ad.
This is my planet.
You got room for a brother on your planet.
And I don't think he liked that. He didn't talk to me for about 2 weeks. We were close, never had an argument, never had a fight. It's just that when I was renegotiating, I felt that, he didn't stick up for me the way I stuck up for him. So when it was time for me to get my new money, nobody was around. So I was like, okay, it's time for me to do something different.
At the Olympics in Atlanta, one of the media guys asked me, how does it feel not to have Shaq as a teammate anymore? And I thought he asked the question wrong. And I was like, well, if that happens, that would be devastating.
Place in Atlanta.
But he had already signed with the Lakers.
To announce that he has signed a 7-year, $120 million contract to join the LA Lakers.
When you're young and you got a whole bunch of stuff going on, you got a whole bunch of money coming in, when you have that power, it's 2 things you can do. You can listen to people or you could make your own decisions. And so at that time, I was doing what I wanted to do and I was doing it my way and I wasn't listening to anybody.
If you have any questions, I'm here.
That summer, man, I was like, wow, it's over in Orlando. You lose a guy of that magnitude, too hard to come back from that. It was a challenge that I accepted. It wasn't like I was saying, hey man, I'm gonna quit. I went out there and gave it my all.
Penny Hardaway hobbles over toward that Magic bench. He may have banged his knee.
Well, you're going to see Penny Hardaway maybe get a knee to the back of the thigh right there.
I went up for a rebound, and he slammed right into the back of my knee. It's the worst pain. He hit me perfectly right as I was about to extend the jump. It's like he hit a bone in the back of my knee, and I never felt the same. I went into the summer with that injury. I said, you know what, I got to get my knee checked out. And I had a torn meniscus. And that's when everything started to go downhill.
Unfortunately, in this game, our greatest kryptonite is injuries.
Right now, it's day to day. Hurt my calf.
I think when I left and he had to do a little bit more and put a lot of strain on his body. You know, he had to go on the post more, he had to bang more.
It's the playoffs. The wrist will be taped today, but after the season is over.
There's always a sense of, just fear. Fear of not knowing how much of the capacity you could get back.
In Orlando, it got to a point where they just were fed up. They were like, you're faking injuries or you're staying injured too much. We're not going to give you the max contract. And I felt like I had earned that. I'll never forget Doc Rivers coming in and telling me we're going to have to go around and sell people on liking me again. I didn't like that at all. And Phoenix was calling and saying, okay, we'll give you the max contract. And I chose Phoenix over Orlando. Go to Phoenix, have a great first year there. And I tear my meniscus again. But I just kept getting cortisone shots in my knee and I played every game. Even if you could get a cortisone shot and play a game, after the game you can barely walk. It used to take me 15 minutes to get out of my car. Just straighten my left leg out. Now, mentally I was gone because I was like, I can't overcome these knee injuries.
Him averaging 10, maybe where that's good enough for a lot of other guys. Penny Hardaway doesn't average 10 points, and so he had rearranged his game to deal with his knee injuries, and he had been so spectacular before, maybe people couldn't accept the new Penny.
I wasn't explosive. I couldn't run the same. My gait changed. Wasn't making all-star games anymore. I say for me it was disappointing, because I wasn't getting the respect that I once had gotten.
Penny Hardaway on the bench.
I went from being first team All-NBA to probably third team, and then after that, just off the map. I get traded from the Suns to the Knicks, try to salvage some type of career.
Penny comes right across, that ankle just rolls over.
Then went to the Miami Heat, like a year later, made that team, made the starting lineup. After that, I went back, tried out for a couple other teams. Nobody really took me seriously after that, though. It was like my name had already gone down, and I don't think anybody wanted to deal with it anymore. Legacy means a lot. I didn't know how big the word legacy was until an older gentleman, his name is David Porter, started saying you need to lay a foundation to leave a legacy. Coming from the NBA, made millions of dollars, was first team All-NBA, dream team, Olympic gold medalist. One of my goals was definitely to win an NBA championship. I wanted that so badly that I never got. But that's just what, it was God's plan.
When there's all that noise out there like that, how do you keep these guys focused on the task?
I've always stayed focused because I'm here now. I'm with these guys. I'm fully invested. I'm all in with them. They know what I'm about. I want this third gold ball. I'm not focusing on anything else outside of that.
We're going against Whitehaven, I think, for the fifth time this season. What's that going to be like, especially, going for a gold ball? It's
going to be a dogfight, man. Playing those guys every time they take us to the max. We have to play an almost perfect game because they're so good defensively. The similarities are just the toughness. The kids from the inner city, they grew up playing together, AAU. They know each other's games. We know their game. They know our games. And it becomes a chess match. 3 years ago when we won in the semifinals, we had to play against the Memphis team, which is Cordova. You don't get a shoot-around because the game is the next day. So we found a local YMCA to go to, do our shoot-around, put the game plan in, and then finish the rest of our day. Most teams, they wouldn't go today after they played. They'll just go back to the hotel and rest. But I just believed in just putting the game plan in. Right now, it's a team that we played 5 times. We know them. They're adjusting every game defensively and making some changes. And we got to make a couple more tweaks to make it easier for our guys for tomorrow's game.
He's been coached from day one. Always knew what the defense was going to do. He had the other team's plays memorized. He was our second, third assistant coach. Coach would call a play and be like, "No, we're not going to do that. You do this," and boom, bang, boom, boom. But he always had that ability since day one.
They say they make adjustments to it, and they start taking Chandler. It's not going to matter because it's Alvin. So when we do this, it's dead serious. We're not in here just for the fun of it. We get in the game, we got to kick in and do it. We just have to. If y'all are desperate enough to win. And I asked y'all, were y'all desperate enough to win?
And the emotions flowing for Penny Hardaway.
This group has meant so much to him. He has seen these boys grow up into young men. He coached them in Leicester Middle School and has seen it through, where one of his best friends growing up, Desmond Merriweather, who passed away way too early at the age of 41 from colon cancer, predicted this would happen. They wanted to coach together at Leicester Middle School and win state titles there, go on to high school and do it. And that prediction still holds true for Penny's great friend.
He's a champion. Everywhere he's been, everything he's done his best. He's an Olympian. He's an NBA All-Star. He was the finest high school player in the city. He was an All-American at the Tigers. He has been an incredible coach. And now his next move and legacy is to be the head coach at the University of Memphis. Please join me in welcoming Coach Penny Hardaway, Coach, Memphis Tigers.
Good morning. This is an unbelievable day. I couldn't have dreamed anything any better. Just coming here today was just amazing, just to ride, just to enjoy the journey coming here of start of something special. It's really great looking out in the crowd and seeing all the familiar faces from when I played. It's a family reunion. So we're back to being family. I want to see the Memphis flags waving on the cars. I want to see the t-shirts going again, the hats going again like the old school days, and that's where we want to take it back to. We're going to get after it. And I know that's what we love. We're going to play hard-nosed basketball. Losing is not an option in my mind. It's not. I'm not just coming here to be a face. I'm coming here to make a difference. Good, Keith. Can't do that. Either rebound, get here, or get back. Rebound, let's go, we go! Give it up! As soon as I got announced around the city, it seems like it was a domino effect of positive energy. Morning. Let's go, baseline. When I took over the coaching responsibilities, Alex was committed to Wichita State and Ryan was signed with UAB. Once the change happened, those guys talked to each other and was like, hey, we'd rather stay at home. And for those two guys to be at home now in a Memphis uniform with me coaching, it's a dream come true for those kids. This is my first class. This is the first team that I'm coaching here. I'll never forget this group.
I should be aggressive enough to get downhill to get the layup first. Lance is second.
It's a special group because this is how I'm going to start my career, so I will never forget. Not one practice, not one game, not one little thing, one small thing, one big thing. I'll remember this. I'm going to soak this in.
All right, hey, bring it in, bring it in, bring it in.
To be able to get this reward
You got to keep learning.
outside of basketball, which most guys don't get a chance to get. To win 6 championships and then now also be the head coach at the University of Memphis.
Not gonna take your swag away from you. Just don't throw it away after you do it.
It's a reward that, I really thank God for because it could have gotten worse for me after I retired, but it actually got better.
Hey, Memphis on 3, family on 6. 1, 2, 3. 1, 5, 6.